Hi, what are you doing?
I'm inserting our battery back to the charging cart.
Oh, okay. So these are all batteries?
Yes, all of these are batteries in your charging station.
But they have different lights, why?
Yes, so the batteries, when we put them in the charging cart, the lights indicate what is going on. So these lights that are showing this whitish color mean that the batteries are flashing, meaning that the data that is stored in the battery is being downloaded into our system.
Interesting.
So the batteries serve dual purpose. Apart from powering our drones, they have data logging systems inside that take every information we have in the flight. So when we put it back, apart from the batteries charging, the batteries are the data logging system is also downloading the information to our system so that we can learn from our flights and make our flights better.
Amazing.
Yes.
Who are you and which facility is this?
My name is Siao and I'm a flight operator at Zipline, Zipline Omena.
Okay.
So meaning we have four centers. This is Zipline Omena, and we have one in Mampong, we have one in Wali Wali, and then the last one is in Sefiri also. So this is Zipline Omena, and you're welcome.
Thank you so much. So the flight facility, what exactly do you, how is your processes done?
So flight operations basically is responsible for handling the package that is given by our fulfillment operators.
Okay.
We are responsible for packing the package in the drone and then preparing it to send it off to the facility that is in need of our service. So that is basically what we do. We have other functions like maintaining the drones, our ground infrastructure and the systems, and other functions. But basically what we are responsible for is for the drones, sending them out, bringing them back, maintaining them and taking care of them.
You know the interesting part, and I heard is everybody's favorite is flying the drone. I'd really like an opportunity to see how it goes and see how the drones are flown. And so can you actually help me go through that
definitely.
process?
Be my guest. We actually have a packaging, so
awesome.
let me run you through the process.
Okay.
When we receive a package, every package has an identification system here.
Okay.
We need to find a way to tell the drones that this package is going to a particular facility.
Okay.
So when you grab the package, we go to any drone of interest.
Okay.
So these ones are ready to fly.
Okay.
And when we get here, we use a very interesting application we have on our iPhones to take.
It's an iPhone?
Yes, we tag the ID that we have, and then we tag it to the drone. And then we compare. So when we are done, the next thing we do is that this is a very interesting design of the box, meaning that the package is inside here.
Yes.
We have a parachute here.
Yes.
The idea is that when the package drops, because we don't land, this parachute will slow down the descent of the package. And then we have air cushioning inside. So on impact, the package does not get destroyed.
Okay.
So that is how we work with that. So we have this parachute here. We have it in a clip.
Okay. Okay. It goes in like that.
The lines, push them against the belts, the elastic bands you have here. And then we close the doors.
I actually thought you were going to push it in. Okay, so you just push it inside.
Push it inside and then we close the doors.
Okay.
So the next step for us is for us to carry the drone and prepare it for launch. So
why are you putting on your glasses?
So the reason why we prioritize safety so much in our operations being that there are many things that can fall off. The unlikely event where we have a propeller chipping off.
Yeah.
It might be flying in any direction. So we try to protect our eyes so that if there's any propeller flying off, in that unlikely event, our eyes are protected. So let's go to our operational area.
Okay.
So we'll go through the process of launching of it. You can grab one glass.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so this is where some of the fun parts or some of the fun things happen. So you see our drones are not in one piece.
Yes.
We arrange them, we put them together like transformers.
Okay.
So Kenneth is going to add the wing to it. And then whilst he's doing it, I check for these physical parts to make sure nothing is loose, nothing is not damaged. We check the propellers, we check the pylons to make sure everything's okay. And then I'll get the battery from here. So
He also does the same thing?
Yes, to double check, exactly. So our drones don't have a switch to turn them on off. We just place in the batteries and then they will come on. So what you notice is there are navigation lights at the ends of the wing. That's show.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the different lights mean different things?
Exactly, yes. It's an aviation convention. Airplanes, manned aircrafts have these lights on them to tell their orientation at night. So other people can see, other aircraft that are flying in that area can see whether they are coming towards them or going away from them. So we have that because our drones can fly at night.
You know what I didn't ask? What do we call this setup? What do we call it?
So this is a complete zip. Exactly. So we have body, this is the wing. What we place in was the battery. When they all come together, then it becomes a zip.
What is it?
So Okay, so this is our launcher. What happens is we are trying to make the drone take off in a very short distance to reduce our footprint because we can't afford to have a runway and our drones also don't have landing gears. So we have this system where this whole contraption is able to accelerate the zip when it is ready from 0 to its cruising speed just at the end of the launcher, and the drone just, it's like a catapult. So it just launches it, gets there, and then it starts flying itself, autonomous. Yeah, it's an autonomous one. It has a set of computers that have very good software living on them. And the software is literally giving the intelligence to fly a plane and then execute some very important commands in its mission.
Okay, so that's what helps it to be autonomous.
Yes,
so
so
you guys
completely autonomous. Exactly, yeah.
It's okay.
Exactly. Okay, so from this point, what I will do is to perform an external inspection on the zip, and then Kenneth will come and perform a control surface check.
Okay.
Yes. So we check the thickness of the foam, and then we check some of the sensors here. We check the wing to make sure that there's no broken parts on the leading edge. We check the control surfaces. We check the foam, but we don't touch here because at this point it's armed. Yes, so we don't touch it. That's why we touch it previously before we put the other stuff. We check the control surfaces. We check for the screws. The screws are well mounted. So what Kenneth is doing is we are performing an automated system check. There's a software that lives on this phone, and what it does is we are using computer vision to give commands to the phone, and then while the control surfaces are moving, it measures their deflection to make sure that they are in their correct positions.
So that's why we have like scan codes on it just for it to communicate.
Exactly, communicate, yes. And what these things are control surfaces. They are what are controlling the zip on its attitude, changing in attitude, whether to lift off or come down, or all of those things you see the planes do. These are the things responsible for it. So go around and then we check that everything is okay.
Okay. I like how you double check just to make sure.
Yes, double check to make sure, because we're on a life-saving mission. So we can't afford to have things go wrong. We have to make sure that from our end, everything is perfect before we send up the drone. Okay, look around is complete. What it is. Yes. So after I'm done, Kenneth also has some very important things that he checks.
Okay.
He checks a fewer things than I did. And then these are very critical things to make sure that we're able to launch our drone successfully. So when the drone is gone through all its internal checks and the software checks, it will give us an audio cue, and then Kenneth will ask for clearance from our controller.
Okay.
So when he asks for clearance, what is happening is that we have another colleague of ours whose responsibility for the day is to make sure that we are complying with the restrictions, if there are, from the civil aviation or the Air Force or from the airport. So they can give restrictions on our flights because they will be having planes flying in our vicinity or close to the facility that we are serving. So he makes sure that any flight that we are flying is not going to obstruct to any manned aircraft. Exactly. So that's what Kenneth is going to do.
Zipline 650 request for line test is clear like clear.
So after here, what Kenneth is going to do is going to arm the drone, spin the motors, and then this whole system will be armed, and then when he presses the button, maybe you might take the opportunity to press the button.
Okay.
He will show you, when you press it, it will launch the drone into the sky. Are you ready?
Excited.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
Good, let's go.
So everybody needs to see the plan.
Okay.
Spinning motors, line test Zipline 650
So go and press the button and you see it.
Ooh!
Yeah. So from here, it is fully autonomous. It flies itself to the facility, drops the package, turns around, and then comes to recover.
Amazing.
Yes.
Oh, I can see the light.
Yes, so here you can make the lights out quite well. Yes. So if it's very dark, anywhere you are, you can make out the lights, and you know that our drones are flying in their life-saving missions. Exactly. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the tour.
Yes, that's amazing.
It is amazing.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm glad to have the opportunity to actually see this.
Exactly, and we are also glad that you come here to give us a platform to tell Ghanaians the good work that we are doing. Yeah,
Okay,
that's
so
very important to us.
are you able to monitor the time from here?
Yes,
Or-
so every drone whilst it's flying is sending information, real-time information on its status. So we're able to see exactly where it is in the world. So this is where we are currently. Every red dot you see it's a facility we serve. So if I zoom out, you can see that we are serving so many facilities across the Eastern region, parts of the Central region, even crossing parts of the Volta Lake into Akosombo, all of these areas. So these are all the areas that we serve, totaling about over 500 facilities across the Eastern region, some parts of the Central region. Yes. So while they are flying, they send us real-time information and we know their status, whether they are delivering. Every information that we need to know is sent to us over the internet.
I'd love to see a drop-off.
You want to?
Yes.
Let me show you.
Okay. Okay.
So you can see our drone approaching from here with the lights.
Yeah.
It's just going to make a delivery run and then drop the package that we have. It's going to drop the package here at a spot here. So whilst it's flying, the computers are making a lot of calculations and computations to hit a particular spot on the ground. So what you see here is what happens in all of our facilities, or the facilities that we serve. It slows down, opens the doors, and then the package comes with a parachute. And then the drone ascends and returns to our facility.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so that is how a normal delivery looks like.
Okay,
Let's
I
go grab the
understand
doors.
why the packaging has a lot of support inside.
Exactly, so to shield the to shield the product on impact, and also to slow down, the parachute helps to slow down the package whilst it's coming down.
Okay.
Yes. So then after here, it changes its mission from delivering to turn around and come back home. And then we're going to see how the recovery happens. Obviously, you realize that our drones don't have landing gears.
Yes.
We don't have a runway here.
Yeah.
We have a machine that's able to launch it. So we're going to see how we're able to get it from the sky. So, owing to the technologies that are available to us, we don't have a runway, as I said. We built this system here, and what it basically does is it is able to snap the drone out of the sky by the aid of a very small hook. So we have computers in our infrastructure or our ground systems. What they do is that because the drone is sending us information, real-time information on its position, these computers are also listening into the drone, and then while the drone is coming in, exactly, that's what you see there. So while the drone is flying and coming in, its state information or its position is being calculated every single time, and when it approaches this contraption you see here, these carbon fiber poles you see have a line going through, and the line is quite long. It extends around some motors here. So when the system is armed, you can see this light flashing, telling you that there's a drone that is coming in. If you look farther, you can see the drone coming in. And yet we also have our glasses coming in.
I have my own.
For safety, yes. Good. So when the drone is flying in, this whole ground system is calculating its position, and then it changes position to arm.
Okay.
Because it knows that the drone is coming. And you can hear an audio cue
telling you that there's a recovery coming.
A recovery coming in. So how the drone has been programmed to fly through this space here.
Okay.
And then there's a particular point in time where the computers are able to trigger the arms, and the line in between the arms entangle a hook at the end of the drone, and that will decelerate it and then bring it to a swinging stop.
So the drone actually flies to this point at a particular angle.
Exactly, at a particular speed. It just descends slowly and it gets hooked on. Exactly.
Wow.
And then it swings, you know, it gets hooked up by the line, with the aid of the poles. And then all the energy, the momentum that it has is brought down by this line that you have. Most of the lines are coiled around spools here. So when it goes out, it just absorbs more or less all the energy, and it brings it to a swinging stop.
I have a question. Does it always fly from this angle, or sometimes it takes a different angle?
So one very smart thing that the drone does is, whilst it's in the hold circling, it makes a decision on where to come from depending on the wind direction, because we are always flying into the wind for some reasons. One of the reasons is to make sure at low speeds we have enough lift, and also to try and slow us down. You know, we don't want to come in very fast. So there's a speed that we are trying to maintain, and then flying into the wind helps us achieve that speed or achieve that state. So the next thing we do, when we're able to record, the next thing we do is we have to dismantle the drone like the way we put it together.
Okay.
I want you to stand here and just observe what you are doing. So we dismantle, kind of gets the body, and then we bring the wing in here.
Okay.
I mean, let me see. You can.
I get to hold this?
Yes. Let's turn around. Let's turn around. Let me turn around the other way. And then. Yes, you can bring it
like
here
this.
and here, and then you come with me. And then you can place it exactly as we have.
As it is.
Exactly.
Like this?
Yes. Good job.
Ooh,
Exactly.
nice.
Yes.
I'm an engineer today.
Certainly.
Thank you so much for the demonstration.
You're welcome, it's our pleasure.
Using disruptive technology to save lives at Zipline or Menako. This has been Tech TV with me, Zulaiha Dobia Abdullah. Catch you next week.